Because I want to piss off Panasonic, who refuses. Okay, this is old cam. Panasonic refuses to answer my questions on their new 3D camera.
See, part of it is because we sit here and do commentary, but we do cover serious news.
Oh yeah, because we went to a demonstration of the Panasonic camera.
Their new 3D camera.
Their new 3D camera.
Except the guy didn't show up.
Guy didn't show up.
And this was advertised in the newspaper.
Yeah, he didn't show up. They said because there's no interest in the people over at Panasonic, refused to even respond to my request. Which they will tell you, we never got the request while I've sent it. I know this is not Obama math. This is 1 finger, 2 fingers, 3 fingers, 4 fingers, 4 fingers. That's 4. 4 times I sent the request.
At least you counted it that way. You could have counted it as different.
No, but I'm trying to do it because they you know, the people that do Obama math can't, you know, this is 4, this is 8, this is 40, this is 110. But 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4 times I've tried to get you people.
That would be, could be like a million times you've already tried.
So, where the hell is that camera that you promised us? You promised us the big 3D camera. You promised the American public that big 3D camera. A year later, you still don't see that big 3D camera commercial. I've actually had my hands on it.
You know, but they're doing classes on it.
They're doing classes on it. But we went to the place where we actually don't have any, but we can order one out for you. And then we go to a commercial place. Well, if you buy it now, we can get it for you after you need it. We'll put it on order, and even though it's supposed to be available the 16th, we'll have it for you by the 1st of November. It's available the 16th, but you can't get it the 1st of November, which means they don't have any. You don't tell somebody with something that's the coming out day is the 16th, that 2 weeks later we can get you one. It means they don't have any. So a very simple question for the people at Panasonic. We're news people. We wanted to have that stuff to cover news events. SEMA is coming up in the 1st of November.
The auto show.
The auto shows. We wanted that camera for SEMA. We wanted it for the LA Auto Show. We actually wanted
CES.
it. We wanted it for CES.
And the Rose Parade.
And the Rose Parade.
And
the Academy Awards. So this is for the PR people, and the people upstairs at Panasonic. Is where the hell is that 3D camera?
Can you say that word?
I just did. I'm old.
On the internet?
Yeah. Well, I can say H-E-double-L-L. I can't say F. I can't say other things. I can't say bull. I can't say, I say bullpucky, but I can't say hell. Because hell is just a place where people go to when they piss off the president.
Oh.
Yeah. No. But no, it is a simple question. You either have the thing or you don't have the thing. If you don't have the thing, then stop telling people you're selling it. I'm very mad about it. We went to buy a camera, folks. We're sitting there waiting to buy the cruddy camera, and the people we go to, well, we can't actually get you one at this time. Then why are you taking orders if you can't really get us one at this time? We want the camera. You know, we'd really like it for you to give us the camera after all of the problems you've caused us trying to buy a camera. We went in, you know, credit card in hand to get the thinking camera. And we couldn't get one because you don't seem to have any available. And you're not going to have any available until November. But it goes on, it's supposed to be available.
I think they're going to be late.
They were late with the big camera.
How late?
A year. But how are you conducting classes in your camera if you can't even get, I mean, basically you're selling pig in a poke. Well, I'll tell you, I'm going to tell the people at Panasonic, we went to a dealership that's selling a camera, the people said it's a crappy piece of equipment. And what we want is the lens, but they tell us you're selling something you can't give away, and you're charging people as much money as it costs to buy a brand new Sony camera with replaceable lenses. And they want the lens. We can sell the lens. We can sell as many. Give us the lens. I said we can. This is like a thing over at the LA Auto Show a couple of years ago.
Mercedes.
It ain't that we can't sell the cars. We just can't get our hands on them. You give us the cars, we'll move them. The guy said, you give us those 3D lenses, we'll sell every lens that you can sell. Every lens you can get us. He said they're trying to sell the camera, and they're throwing the lens in to sell the camera. This is a.
And that happens.
It happens. But, you know, you want to sell the camera, don't piss off the people in the press. Because when you go in with money to buy a cruddy camera, they don't know when the camera's got to come. You're not going to give money to anybody. You can't touch the camera. We had our hands all over the Sony equipment. I mean, bloody, they sold us a whole bunch of Sony equipment.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like we're talking like $7,000 in stuff. That, you know, what is it? $1,400 for your camera, $7,000 for the Sony equipment. 14,740. You guys got screwed. You don't, you know, the camera's not available for anybody to touch. You go into a store where we're supposed to have, well, actually they never came. That all sounds like you don't have the camera. Pure and simple. If you got the camera, send us the camera and we'll use the camera. If you don't have the camera, then simply apologize to the American people for defrauding the American people. They say, well, just put us on the back side of Panasonic. I don't care, we're on the good side of Sony. So until next time, this is Old Cam.
And this is not a spring check.
Remember, that could have been your money over at Panasonic instead it was Sony's. You know, look at the Sony camera that this is being broadcast on, folks. That could have been a Panasonic camera. That's bad, That's bad. I'm old. That's why we can't, I know they call me Old Cam for nothing. They used to be called Old Fart. It was the Old Fart with the spring chick. So, you know,
but part of it is we really do want that camera.
We wanted the camera. We still want the camera, but I'd really like you to give us the camera since we went in to buy the camera, we couldn't get the camera. I think you owe us the camera for nothing now. Totally,
I don't even
absolutely.
know if it really exists.
We don't know if it even exists because we can't find anybody that's had their hands on the thing. That's the bad part. And then, you know, the guy that comes in, well, you know, they didn't come to one place, the other place they left because there was no interest in it. Well, maybe there's no interest in it because people don't believe Sony even has the thing for sale.
Panasonic.
Or Panasonic even has it for sale. That
Oh,
could be
I
it.
know. Well, we were reading the ad that they were supposed to be there.
Yeah, you know, really good deal. Demo sell where there's nobody to demo. Really good. You got to sell a lot of pieces of equipment like that, right? Best Buy, well, we'll have the camera for you. If you order it now, we'll get it to you before November. They ain't gonna sell any cameras. You don't buy pigs in a poke when you're spending, you know, like we played with the Sony equipment. We played with everything. We played with the microphones. We played with the cameras. But you don't spend. You're buying a piece of equipment that Panasonic won't even let you put your hands on. So we got to buy. You know, trust Sony or trust Panasonic. Sony basically wants you to. Basically, we were playing with the Sony equipment. I mean,
Well, they made it easy because you can do both.
Yeah, we were sitting there, we're playing, changing the lenses, doing this, doing that, playing with the things, with the sound system. Panasonic, they didn't have a camera for you to look at, let alone touch. So, you owe us a camera, we came to buy one, we think
There wasn't even a picture.
we don't even, yeah, we don't even
Or
have a
brochure.
picture. We got brochures even, we got video that we downloaded from your press people. That's the only time we've heard from your press people, we got a demo. I was promised a demo over a year ago. Of your,
were you?
Yeah, remember for NAB.
Oh, that's right, we were.
One of your PR people promised me the camera for NAB so that we could play with it. We never got it. Basically, it's such a long time ago. I mean, I've changed computers so many times, I can't even tell you the press person's name. But I think for our inconvenience, we are owed a 3D camera at no expense to us to use for the next year. So we can show people, people how it works.
Part of it is we do work with 3D on a daily basis,
right.
So we really could showcase what you're able to do with
People
it.
know we do 3D. So, but yeah, I guess I've ranted and raved enough about the Panasonic. Where the hell is your camera? Enough. So.
Yeah, but see, Panasonic. See, part of it is we do have over 40 million links to content we produce.
Yeah.
So part of it could be with your camera.
Yeah, if we could stick it with the Sony. Beautiful little Sony back there with a pancake lens on it. So, they could be your camera instead of theirs. We could be doing this live in 3D, folks.
Oh, see, that would be cool.
That would be cool, but you can't do it if
we
you
could
don't.
if we had the camera.
But you don't have the camera because I really don't think you got the camera. You got the camera, send us the camera and show us you got the camera.
Are you trying to pull them out like it's a bluff?
I think they're bluffing just like they did on the big camera, the commercial one. I think it's a bluff. I think they're basically, if there is enough interest in it, we'll sell the camera. If there's not enough interest, we'll just send the 400 lenses we got back to somebody, and then people will actually buy the lenses, which is all they want. They don't want your camera, they want the lens. I can tell you flat out, the camera people at the store don't want your camera. They want the lens. And if they could get their hands on that lens, if did nobody buy your cameras? They're buying a camera because they can't get the camera without the lens. The idea, this is really quick. I don't know how long it's going to take. You want to know what they're planning to do with your bloody cameras? They can't buy the lens without the camera. They assume they can jury-rig the lens to work on any camera. They intend to buy your camera and the lens. Your camera and the lens runs for $1,400. They intend to sell your stinking camera on the market, recover the cost of the whole system by discounting the cost of your camera. They're willing to pay $800 for the lens. So they ended up going to make money by buying your unit, taking the lens and dumping your camera, which they don't want. It's what happens when you piss off people. They don't want the camera, they want the lens. To buy the lens, they'll buy the camera and the whole unit, sell the camera off, and keep the lens and put it on their own equipment. See? Didn't really think about that happening, did you? Got to talk to the people in the shops and listen to what they're saying. We're consumer press, folks. We may dress funny.